In their 107-89 Game 1 loss in the NBA Finals, the Dallas Mavericks had a slow start defensively, giving up 37 points in the first quarter and 63 before halftime. However, they tightened up to allow 44 points for the remainder of the game and had a positive scoring differential for those remaining 2 quarters. Let's dive into what worked and what needs to be improved for Game 2. With how focused the Mavericks need to be to contain the perimeter and the paint, the first possession was concerning. Daniel Gafford could have contested Al Horford in the corner after this play developed, but flew by him and gave up a dunk on a drive off the catch. Luka Doncic didn't get into the ball enough here after the throw-ahead pass was made to Jrue Holiday, giving up a comfortable 3-point attempt on the catch. PJ Washington couldn't fight over the pin down, but went under and ultimately contested Jaylen Brown's catch-and-shoot jumper. But the Mavericks did not crash the glass well enough. Daniel Gafford was in drop coverage, plus 2 Mavericks were inside the paint, but Jason Tatum came away with the offensive rebound. Quicker and more assertive box-outs are needed, but Gafford also mistimed his jump before the second bounce. Derek White gets a second-chance attempt from the perimeter and misses, but Doncic loses the ball out of bounds on the rebound attempt. Dallas tried to overload the strong side against Jaylen Brown in the corner, but the rest of the unit stayed active. White started in the strong side dunker spot but filled the weak side corner, and Dallas lost track of him, giving an obvious passing read to Brown, but White missed the shot. However, again, boxing out was a challenge as Horford got the offensive rebound. Brown attacked to draw help and found Horford, who used a fake on the catch to create a window to shoot but missed. Boston didn't score, but second chances were being given up. The Mavericks succeeded with playing closer to the level and veer switching against Tatum in pick and roll since he lost his handle, and the strong side corner help defender Washington was able to get a hand on the ball to pry it loose, allowing deep dribble penetration so early in the shot clock can't happen. Brown draws Gafford and help since Washington couldn't stop him sooner. This created a simple 2 with one responsibility for Jones on the weak side that Tatum counters by nexting the ball to Horford in the corner for a wide-open shot that he hits. Brown gets where he wants to go once again after attacking Jones off the court out of the corner. Washington has to step up to help off the dunker spot while Doncic isn't in a position to help the helper. This creates an easy drop-off pass after Brown draws 2 for Holiday to finish. This was a sign the Mavericks were okay with giving up open shots to Horford in the corner since Doncic didn't run out on him. But this is too risky of an approach to live with, even thought this one was a miss. Gafford does his best to contain Tatum on the drive, but a wide open shot is given up. The Mavericks zoning up paid off on this one since Doncic sent Tatum baseline, and he had to draw 2 defenders without a great relief option. He had to leave his feet and try to salvage the play with a pass, but Washington initially tips it up. Then Irving is able to rip it from Brown after while tried securing it. This just comes down to guarding. Brown gets the ball on an inbounds pass, and it's one-on-one against Washington on a straight line drive. Brown gets low, is more physical, and Washington doesn't contain, resulting in a foul. This is when the Celtics really started to heat up. The Mavericks collapse on the drive with Holiday getting by Irving in the middle of the floor, then White is left open. Washington contested after running out on him, but the shot goes in. The Mavericks were willing to switch 1-5 pick and roll with Doncic since he's an impactful post defender. This time, Porzingis faces up and manages to draw a foul against him after putting the ball on the floor to attack left into a step-back jumper. This time, Jaden Hardy gets switched onto Porzingis and has to guard him in the post, but gets hunted. Hardy seemed to get hit with a potential foul as Porzingis used multiple shot fakes, which created a wide open shot that he hit. Lively did an effective job of anchoring the Mavericks' transition defense initially by engaging White on the catch, but Hardy deserves a lot of credit for dialing up this low man rotation to break up the pass to Tatum, ultimately resulting in a turnover. This needs to ideally be executed quicker, but Lively shows on the pop when guarding the zoom action before pressuring Porzingis on the jumper. Again, this shot was missed, but the next one might not be if there's a delay. Brown tried to attack Doncic in isolation on this play, but Luka effectively contained him by playing the drive and beating him to the spot deep on the drive. Brown didn't have a shot he liked and forced a pass that flew out of bounds. Having Kleba next to Lively presents the option of having a secondary rim protector during games. On this play, Lively stops the ball and Kleba is there to get vertical to pressure Tatum's finish attempt, while Lively is in the paint to tip the ball out to a teammate to secure the rebound. With the Celtics having White screen for Tatum to cut through on the weak side, it created an option for Porzingis to either hand it off to White or keep it and turn the corner as he did here. Lively was expecting a handoff but was caught off guard, giving up the drive and dunk. With most of the offense lifted while Brown is spaced in the corner, there isn't a help defender in the paint. This was another instance where Porzingis is hunting a small defender in the post on a face-up. This time it was Josh Green involved in the play. Green is naturally going to be at a disadvantage to pressure a face-up jumper from Porzingis, but it's even harder when getting hit before the shot. If the refs will let them play, it'll be tough to contain Porzingis in the post. The Celtics were creative with creating a mismatch for Tatum to exploit on this play. He came off a wide action screen from Porzingis, then came up to screen for Pritchard, but Green stayed attached throughout this sequence. However, this set up Tatum to get a handoff from Porzingis and draw a switch since Green was trailing. Tatum was able to simply retreat a little bit before pulling up from deep and hit the shot despite Gafford's contest. The Celtics began to pour it on the Mavericks from the perimeter. Porzingis steps into a shot deep off the line as a transition trailer and hits it. He has to be accounted for quicker to pressure this attempt. Then the Celtics came down in transition and found Sam Hauser for a contested corner three that he hit. Dallas was down 17 after this hot stretch from Boston. This was a great sequence from Irving after Tatum set up an in-and-out dribble after contact to attack the middle of the floor. Irving was ready to poke the ball loose when Tatum used a push crossover to get the ball back in his right hand, resulting in a turnover. Brown attacked Doncic after drawing him on a switch and exploded downhill with a hesitation dribble before using a subtle push-off with his right hand to create space and play off two. He used a shot fake to disrupt the help defense before finishing. Dallas needs Doncic to stay home on weak side shooters early in possessions, since Boston has options like Hauser who need just a split second with a minimal dip on the shoot before the release. This was a remarkable play from Brown. He uses a crossover to attack Doncic, who wasn't assertive making the switch, then protects the ball from Jones, who is trying to recover. Then he winds up to throw down a poster dunk. Dallas needs to handle the point of attack more effectively. With the Celtics putting a guard in the dunker spot, it's important to contain at the point of attack. Gafford showed help off the strong side corner, allowing Doncic to hold his own against Brown, getting him to use a step back going left but not taking a shot. Pritchard was left open due to Gafford's help, but he did his best to get out on the shot, and it was a miss. This was a great possession here. Doncic gets hunted again by Brown, with his man being brought into the action. Brown uses a between-the-legs dribble to set up a right-to-left crossover before getting downhill. Again, with Holiday in the dunker spot, it gives Boston a talented passer as a relief option. He flashed block to block as Brown was driving to make himself available for the pass, then immediately reversed the ball. Doncic did a great job of getting out on Horford to stall him on the catch as the ball moved. Pritchard had to take a horrible time bomb shot as a result. Tatum was aggressive, trying to hunt Doncic as well. This time he retreats off the three-point line before using an in-and-out dribble into a left-to-right crossover, then tries to turn the corner. As Tatum drives right, he counters Doncic's recovery attempt by using the contact to set up a spin middle. Lively rotated over to help, and Porzingis knew this would happen, so he cut backdoor as this developed. Both Lively and Doncic collapsed onto Porzingis after Tatum's drop-off pass, disrupting him enough to miss the finish. Part of the numbers game was switching everything, as a star like Tatum will force some shots even when they aren't in a rhythm. Here he gets multiple switches, with the final being to hunt Doncic, and immediately forces a pull-up three-pointer and misses. Porzingis was in a major rhythm, using his height advantage. Boston got Lively, quickly switched off Porzingis and got him the ball to attack in the middle of the floor. All Porzingis had to do was use one dribble with a bump to work his way toward the elbow and put up a right-hand floater that went straight in. It's a shot a defense has to live with. Boston had Porzingis screen for White on the next possession, knowing it would force Green to make the switch. This was another middle floor touch for Porzingis with an even more significant height advantage. Playing out of a face-up, he took a dribble going left and took a pull-up shooting over the top and knocked it down. The Celtics were trying to pick on Doncic again here, but he did a good job of recognizing it. His man, Holiday, ran to set a flare screen for Tatum to test if Dallas would switch. But Kleba stayed attached to Tatum, and Doncic quickly got out on Holiday after Horford passed him the ball after relocating to the three-point line. This was an ill-advised gamble from Doncic. Washington was trying to guard Tatum early in the shot clock. Luka seemed to think he had a chance to rip the ball from Tatum after he used a spin move against Washington's wall-up. Instead, Tatum passed out of the double team and the ball moved around the perimeter until the ball found Brown in the corner for a corner three-pointer that he hit. With Doncic guarding Holiday, the Celtics were creative in how they targeted him on this play. Tatum looked like he was going to screen for Tatum, then released it, but came back up as White cut through with both defenders staying attached. This looked like a handoff was coming. Doncic was playing up as a result to potentially switch. Instead, Holiday keeps it and turns the corner on a drive. As this developed, White filled the dunker spot With Luka getting beat, help was required from the dunker spot, resulting in a drop-off pass to White for an easy finish. This is a great example of the pressure created by Boston's intent on keeping a guard in the dunker spot. Kleba and Washington try to work through pre-switching, but it doesn't happen quickly enough. Tatum has the ball on the left wing, reading Derrick Jones Jr. sending early help at the nail, while the on-ball defender is trying to ice the screen. Kleba isn't playing up quickly enough as a result of that communication not happening quicker, since he's coming off accounting for Holiday, who is flashing from block to block. That delay was enough for Tatum to get into a pull-up three that he hit. Boston has a size advantage on the wing, particularly when one of Washington or Jones are off the court. Green was a target for Tatum to hunt because of this disparity, as he does on this inbounds play. Tatum was physical on the drop step, and that was enough to draw a foul. Tatum has Irving sealed in transition, but a clean catch gets broken up. A double team comes, so Tatum reverses it to Horford, who necks the ball to White in the corner. This was a clean look, but the shot just didn't fall. Tatum is going to hunt mismatches and will make the right read when a double comes. Boston was intentional about who initiated the offense in order for Tatum to come up to screen and create a mismatch as a result of a switch. Irving is the target here after Tatum comes off a wide action screen and sets a screen for White. All it took for Tatum to get to the rim was a fake spin before turning the corner to attack right before a dunk. This is a great example of what makes Boston so dangerous. They run the exact same thing again. Porzingis sets a wide action screen for Tatum, who then comes to screen for White. Porzingis was deep off the three-point line and had enough space for White to quickly get him the ball to shoot over the top against Doncic, who was leaving separation, and he made it. Green did a great job of containing Tatum on multiple end-of-quarter type possessions. They don't switch this handoff involving Doncic on the first of these two possessions, with Green pressing up on Tatum and tightly contesting his jumper on the pull-up going left. Next, he takes the push-off contact and doesn't allow Tatum to create separation, then aggressively pressures the pull-up going to his left once again. Both were misses. The Mavericks were late to commit to an approach on this play. Doncic is the Celtics' target by having his man, White, set a pin-down screen for Tatum in the corner. As Tatum curls off this screen, Jones is tracking him, but Doncic commits to Tay-switch in the middle of the floor while White was filling the corner, making it a lot of ground for Jones to cover as Tatum reads he's open on the catch and gets him the ball for the open three-pointer. This was one of the few instances when Boston had a guard in the dunker spot and it helped the Mavericks. Tatum drew two defenders coming off the ball screen, so the ball moves around the perimeter. Washington engaged Horford on the catch, followed by Irving rotating to White on the next pass. This allowed Jones to recover to Holiday, and a pass was deterred despite him being by himself under the rim. White took the jumper instead and missed it. Brown gets the ball in the corner, and it's been a while since he's had a chance to attack. He uses a jab step to test Jones before raising up to shoot and misses the contested jumper. Tatum tries to attack Doncic here, but he does an effective job of timing when to reach by waiting for Tatum to attempt to turn the corner, then rips the ball loose. Tatum continued to play decoy here as he gets a handoff from Horford, draws two, then makes the pocket pass to him for the catch-and-shoot jumper. The low defender rotated over to deter a finish attempt, and it paid off since the shot missed. It's good transition defense here. The rim is cut off for Holiday to attack since Doncic stopped the ball, and Washington tagged Horford, then recovered back out to White to pressure the catch-and-shoot jumper. Dallas closed the possession with the rebound. Dallas was more willing to switch with the center as this game went on, which naturally was boom or bust. Here it paid off since Tatum got deep on the drive and turned it over, trying to spray it out to the corner. This was made easier by the guard in the dunker spot not having to be accounted for deep on the drive as Washington helped on the drive. This possession boiled down to Dallas switching everything and stifling Boston's actions until Washington stuck with Holiday as this play developed on a handoff until releasing to get out on White when a pass was made, then running him off the three-point line to take a mid-range pull-up that he missed. This is a great example of individual defense simply needing to be better. This comes down to guarding on an island and managing to contain. Holiday set up a spin move and got by Jones, resulting in a foul call. Jones engages Tatum deep off the three-point line and gives up the spin move. With Holiday screening for Porzingis, this pulled Doncic into being the first layer of help, and Tatum managed to just drive straight to the rim for the finish. This was a good example of switching execution here. Lively makes multiple switches and guards Tatum while shading him to his left. Tatum wants to attack downhill, so he uses a shot fake to begin to drive. Dallas pre-rotated help to the strong side to flood it while guarding the weak side 2 with 1. Instead of making the extra pass, Brown once again did that thing where he hasn't shot in a while, so he's got to shoot it and misses a contested look. Doncic took on the challenge of guarding Porzingis in the post on this play and came up with a steal. After the face-up, Luka waited for him to put it on the floor and pounced on the ball to rip it loose with Porzingis, exposing the ball with his body positioning. Switching everything helped on this play. Boston was running a Miami action where a handoff is followed by a screen. Doncic rotated off the corner to show up and recovered back out to Holiday to pressure the attempt. Now the focus was on hunting Doncic again by using a guard-to-guard screen, but Lively maintained positioning to help on the drive. Tatum got by Doncic, but he shifted focus to disrupt Porzingis from getting the rebound, and Lively stayed active to come up with the ball. Now this is an example of when the off-ball movement of getting a guard into the dunker spot can be a problem for the Mavericks. Doncic is trying to contain Brown after switching on to him. As Brown eventually turned the corner to attack middle, and Holiday cut and filled the weak side dunker spot while this happened, causing Lively to have to react to him and delay him from gaining positioning to get vertical to pressure Brown, ultimately resulting in a foul. This was a close but not quite type of possession for the Mavericks. Lively switched on to Tatum, then commits to running out on Porzingis, given he was left wide open as Tatum's drive progressed. He takes himself out of the play by leaking out in transition and never coming back. Watch Holiday in the corner. Nobody boxes him out until Washington commits to shoulder checking him. This leaves Tatum unaccounted for on the boards, and with Lively out of the frame, Porzingis cuts down the middle of the paint for a dunk. Another example here of having a guard in the dunker spot posing problems. Lively switches onto Tatum but gets beat off the dribble. Irving commits to taking a charge while Kleba already had rotated over. This is too much attention on the paint. Holiday is left unaccounted for and immediately makes the reversal to the weak side corner. Brown uses a shot fake against Washington trying to run out on him, then is able to drive right into Lively to draw a foul again. This is just simple read and react basketball. Tatum screens for Brown and gets Doncic on a switch, then quickly turns the corner against him to attack the paint. Since Luka got beat, Dallas has to help on the drive, then help the helper. This leaves Holiday on the weak side, who immediately necks the ball to Tatum for the catch-and-shoot three-pointer that he hits. It all starts by not having more resistance on the ball. Boston's five-out offense creates plenty of problems as well here. Holiday pulls his man up by looking he's ready to screen for Brown, but Brown rejects it to attack right and gets into the paint. The low defender rotates off Horford from the weak side, leading to a spray-out pass for the made jumper. This is simply Brown being in a rhythm at this point. He knows he's going to have a window to let this shot fly against the switch and makes the Mavericks pay for using that approach. Another read and react play, but Dallas managed to contain this one. Jones is playing up against Tatum to prevent the sidestep three-pointer, resulting in a drive that Gafford helps against by rotating off the weak side corner despite Horford spacing out. Tatum makes the spray-out pass and multiple passes are made, leading to a redrive from Brown, who drives right into Gafford's verticality, resulting in a miss. This is about a star player knowing what coverage is coming before it happens based on the opposition's personnel. It's a tell that switching will take place with Kleba playing small ball center. With Brown receiving the handoff, he works his way near the elbow before being engaged by Maxey, setting up the perfect counter against contact with the spin move leading to a scoop finish. Tatum gets Kleba in space and tries to break him down, reading he will have space for the sidestep three-pointer. This one is a clean look, but it rims out. Smart approach by Kleba here. He gets out on Porzingis and shades him left, resulting in Porzingis putting the ball on the floor to go left, then leading to a pull-up jumper that he misses. This is another example of on-ball containment needing to be better. Holiday gets where he wants against Jones too easily, resulting in a step-through reverse layup. Dallas switches this ball screen involving Holiday and Porzingis, resulting in Porzingis posting up Doncic. The face-up jumper is missed on this play, which is a shot that punished Dallas earlier, but one the team wants to live with. When funneling a drive well to a favorable spot works, this is an example of how the Celtics' approach of using the dunker spot with a guard can result in an awkward play. This drop-off pass puts Holiday in a weird finishing angle, and he hits the bottom of the rim. This is another example of size limitations guarding Boston's star wings. Irving is trying to hold his own against Tatum, but there's just nothing he can do if Tatum is going to post him, then take a step-back jumper. That's a shot Dallas has to live with, but can't control if it's going to fall. Remember what I said about living with that shot? Here, Tatum tries a similar approach attacking Green by turning to his left into a step-back and misses the contested shot. We'll look at one last play. This shows the challenge when helping against Boston. Tatum gets Doncic switched onto him, but doesn't attack. Dallas scrams switches to keep Lively protecting the rim as Tatum passed to Horford, who attacked off the catch using his size against Green. then Jrue Lively in help, then passed to Holiday, who flashed to the corner for the jumper that he hit. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you already subscribed to my channel, thank you for the continued support. I'd appreciate it if you do subscribe if you don't already. All likes and comments on the videos help reach new people as well, so those are appreciated too. Stay tuned for more content going forward.